Hello all, and welcome to my reactions of RWBY, Volume 6, Episode 9, Lost. And, I say, the redirect. You might not remember, my computer went down. It's like, nah. That's weird. Sorry, I just noticed that my computer's, tray was open? What? But that's not important. Anyways. Sorry, brief distraction. But, yeah. Computer went down. Thankfully, I managed to get replacement, and oof, that was not cheap. Within the time, quickly, so you guys won't notice a drop in video quality. But, yeah. There was a lot of things I was going to say, but I was completely caught off guard by the, Christmas break, which I always am, really. I keep forgetting that they do that. Though I will say this, I'm still somewhat annoyed that with a week wait, they released that freaking, still released Movie Rewind last week, instead of, say, this week. Because that meant, well, not last week. 2 weeks ago. When did it be? Yeah, 2 weeks ago. Yeah, because, whoop, boy. I've not been able to go into anything RWBY related for fear of spoilers for this episode. For a week. It's annoying. And yes, I know, a lot of people who don't pay for the episodes have to deal with it too. I mean, I could have gone in, but I always feel like watching a, like a sneak peek for stuff kind of partially ruins a reaction. Thankfully, I managed to avoid actually hearing or seeing anything about it, but I would have rather have been able to just, talk with the other fans. Ugh. Anyways, let's just do this thing. Yeah. Alright, I should probably really just... Alright, now, that. Sorry about that and stuff. Don't want to overskip. Yeah, this is gonna be Mercury and Hello.
Yeah, Cinder was a pain, but at least she kept us filled in.
Can I ask you something?
You're gonna.
Why did you come with us? The night Cinder and I found you.
Ooh, more about Mercury.
Just answer the question.
Just made sense.
It made sense.
Huh.
My life, my
Strange little area. Very cathedral-esque.
Moments after I killed him, you two showed up looking for someone with my exact skills. Just felt like it was meant to be.
That's it?
Hey, what's your problem?
I mean, there has to be something you want from this, right?
Salem's promised us everything. We win this thing for her, we'll be top dogs in her new world. What more do you want?
Yeah.
Cinder was the only family I ever had. She cared about me, taught me things. But without her here, I don't know if what we're doing...
Wake up already. Cinder doesn't care about you. She
Yes,
doesn't
thank
care
you,
about either of
Mercury.
us.
You don't know what you're talking about.
You're in denial. And if you're gonna start having a crisis of identity or some crap, get me out of it.
Whoa!
I'm sorry you didn't have a mommy that loved you, but I had a
Oh.
father who hated me. He never went easy on me. Every day of training was a beating, and when I unlocked my semblance, he stole it with his. This is a crutch. This makes you weak.
What?
He told me I could have it back when I was strong. So I got strong. But I never got it back. I've had to work harder than anyone to
What?
get where I am.
No, sorry, let's go back. You can steal someone's semblance?
I think I'm right where I'm supposed
Or his dad apparently had the ability to steal people's semblances. I'm like, what? How? Huh? Oh.
Oh, yes, the world is mean, and I'm a big bad man now, just like the others.
How long have you been standing there?
All you ever learned was pain and violence, and now you're too afraid to leave it. Such a tragedy.
You don't know me.
Yes? I'm a whore.
Hey!
In
To
fighting.
tell you both a little secret. Your question is all wrong.
What?
What do you want from this? Children, please. If you're not loving what you're doing, then you're in the wrong field.
So what?
As much as I hate to admit it, he's got a very valid point.
Oh, no. You can't do that.
Then what did you come here for?
To say farewell. There's been a change in plans. Her Grace must act swiftly if we are to prevail. If General Ironwood comes to his senses and calls upon aid from Vacuo, all may be lost for us. And so the good doctor and I are being sent to Atlas to prepare.
Prepare for what?
Tyrion! It's time.
Prepare for what,
Do
indeed?
you happy, children?
Like,
Please.
I didn't think it would be possible to steal someone's semblance, but apparently it is. I just love the horribly disturbed look on their face.
This city's enormous. He could have gone anywhere. This is all my fault. I overreacted.
I still don't really understand what happened. Was it about the mission? It's kind of hard to talk about.
I just love that both we got some world building from that with the fact that there can even be semblances that steal other semblances. And I could just hear some people I know in the fandom screaming in rage at, none of this makes any sense! Because every time people are convinced there are clear defined rules on what the semblances are capable of, Fine comes along and blows it out of the way, like, say, Crow's Luck semblance. But also just because it's more, hey, backstory with some villain backstory. I might not like the villains as people, but hey.
Did he do something wrong?
No, he didn't. We just got some new information, and it's going to be a lot harder than we thought.
I mean, if it was easy, then it wouldn't be important, right?
I think we're all just a bit unsure of what to do next.
You could stay in Mistral, get your licenses at Haven, and come back to Argus. There's a lot of good you can do here. I know your mission is important.
I'm just loving
but it's
the
not
fact
like
that
we're
we,
the only ones who can do it.
this lively, lived-in city. Oh, that's contrast and compare V1.
Simple.
I should go pick up Adrian from daycare. I'll let Tara know what's happened, and we'll meet you later. Good luck.
It's good to see John feels appropriately bad for his overreaction.
Get something to warm up.
I'm okay. You two go on ahead.
Or, I should say, the misplaced aggression. In case anyone gets...
You don't want anything?
We'll be right back.
Oh. Oh! Ah, yes, and only flooring the land. When was the last time he was near someone where one of those happened?
Like a dream.
Short foreshadowing, but... Statue of Fira. Maybe this is when we might get that scene people wanted where he meets her parents.
Some people fall in love for life. Others never get it right. Love's fickle.
It's good to see that she's remembered well, rather than, you know, the way she, for, you know, almost murdering someone. Or, actually,
It's really
trying to murder someone. Ah! Yep, parent. Her mom. Also, can I just say I love the fucking ambience in this thing. All the little details.
She trained here. Sanctum Academy. Everyone was crushed when she chose Beacon over Haven. No one wanted to see her go, but it was where she wanted to be. I'm just glad she was surrounded by such amazing people.
She does recognize it now.
She should be standing here.
She is. She understood that she had a responsibility to try. I don't think she would regret her choice, because a huntress would understand that there really wasn't
She
a
seems
choice to
well
make.
informed on how she went. Okay, this is not going how anyone thought it would,
Is what she always wanted to be.
but it's not bad. I like it.
Pyrrha never got the chance to graduate, but she was a huntress.
Thank you.
This might not be enough to get me cry, but it's very much an edge on the edge here. And then the mom disappeared, like, okay.
Why did you...
Don't need that. Finish that question, eh, Nora?
I'm sorry. I've been a terrible leader. And a terrible friend, and
John, this has to stop.
Yeah, stop following the fandom's lead and
What you said
stop
to
shitting
Simba
on yourself.
At Haven. You're not being fair to yourself. We love you, just like we loved Pierre.
And now, I might be one of the people who's saying he kind of does have... that he did fuck up his job at Beacon and the whole watching the door thing. But I don't blame him for that, because he did something that most people would have done in the exact same situation. Because he's human. But, yeah.
We're teammates. Family.
We don't want to lose you two.
I think
Oh god, I can already hear screams about stealing screen time.
that she might not come out alive. She also knew she was the only one that could try. So she did.
Stupidly.
Maybe we should too.
Yeah,
I wouldn't say that if I were there, but no, that's...
Pyramid
I'm
not
sorry,
making us
there
argue
was
anymore,
no reason...
but we can fight like she is.
then in a way,
I'm glad they're taking her sacrifice as inspiration to, you
we should
know,
check back in
keep
at the
trying.
house. Come on.
But the problem with what she did isn't because she went into an unwinnable situation. The problem is she went into an unwinnable situation when there were better things she could have done. Unlike, say, with them, where there isn't a better thing they can do, but, you know, continue the fight against Salem. There's no alternative.
I've never seen him this bad.
Oh yeah, she could just tell she's fucking done. Ruby's just...
Why am I on the stairs?
Probably because no one's home, Uncle Crow.
Oh yeah, no, she's fucking dumb.
Oscar.
Done.
Oscar?
Not dumb, done. Sorry.
I'm sure this looks great to the neighbors.
No luck?
No. You?
Don't worry. We aren't going to Atlas without him.
We?
They found their inspiration.
Sorry we won't be staying.
No, you're not.
Oh.
How about we get out
Why
of
had
the
that
cold?
fucking thing turned off? Sorry if the mouse has been bothered by the
When
battery.
you get back?
Ha! He didn't run off, he just went up to suit the soul search for a while and suit up properly.
Had us worried sick. Are you okay? What are you wearing?
Is something cooking?
Oh,
And he made food!
I thought maybe you guys would appreciate a hot meal after spending all day looking for me, apparently.
It's my fault we were all out there in the first place. Oscar, I am so sorry for earlier. I was way out of line, and what I said...
No, it's okay. These past few days, I've been scared of the same things you were. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be.
I just love how absolutely the absolutely ecstatic look on everyone's faces when they noticed him.
Everything I can to help with whatever time I have left.
Good. This team isn't the same without you, Oscar.
I thought that fits.
Casserole!
We're on it, Chef. Combat gear looks good.
Down, shippers. Down!
Where are you going now?
I don't want to get in the way of your celebration.
You've been gone all day. Just sit with us.
Look, Ruby, I'm glad you kids worked out, whatever all that was. But the fact is, we're not a single step closer to Atlas.
Actually, I think I have an idea. But it's sort of a no going back kind of idea.
Oh god.
Well,
With Cordo on watch, only Atlas airships have the clearance to leave for Solitas.
Oh.
So, we steal an Atlas airship.
that's not just breaking the law. That's definitely worse.
How will we even get onto the airfield?
I love it.
I haven't quite figured out yet. But I was...
Okay, stop. Just stop. Look, if this thing goes south, it's not something we can just fight our way out of. This is the Atlas military we're talking about. For your sake, just drop this.
Yep. And Crow's just even more broken than ever. Nah, everybody's not having any shit.
Ruby.
I want to hear him out. I know you're trying to protect us, that you're afraid we can't do it, but right now, I don't really care what you think. Just because you don't have an idea doesn't mean we're out of options. Oz hasn't been here to tell us what to do, but we still managed to get this far anyway. We've been in bad situations before. And we didn't need an adult to come save us or tell us what to do. We just did it our way.
Yeah, no. That's Ruby venting.
And I say we do it our way.
Anyone else hear some of the warble in her voice there for a moment or two?
And if you think you can keep up with us kids, we'd be happy to have you.
Looks like you didn't give her enough credit either.
Yeah, she is absolutely fed up with Crow's shit. I'm gonna quote a lot of other people and say, I really like that they're taking Crow's alcoholism and everything into seriously, because, look, as fun as Drunkle Crow can be at times, a high-functioning alcoholic is still an alcoholic, and, isn't exactly guaranteed to be high-functioning all the time. Like, it's pretty clear. Crow's been teetering on an edge for the long time. That whole thing just toppled him off. And Ruby's just increasingly fed up with his shit, because first it was only when he was asleep. Now she's just outright calling him out right to his face. Ugh. I do like the fact that even I didn't think about it, that Oscar was just going out for a while to think, and then get the outfit. Where the hell did he even get that outfit upgrade? And hey, if we're talking about outfit upgrades, I think there are some few people who could maybe use a bit of one themselves. Cough, cough, Team Ruby, cough. Maybe Nora too. But, oh, and Ren, he could use an actual fucking jacket. The rest of his outfit's fine, but he still got skin exposed. The person there with the best outfit for winter, because they are heading to Atlas, is Young. But, I'm just looking at the concept art with Fira there, and it's getting me a little emotional too, just from seeing the concept art. I really like this episode. This was a really good episode. I know there are a lot of people in the fandom who are going to be whining and bitching about John stealing screen time from Ruby again, despite the fact that he's a main character too. People have been refusing to accept that Team Janpar have been main characters since season 1. Admittedly, that's because of the general incompetence of season 1, but what you gonna do? And yeah, I know I go about it often, but oh my god, like, yeah, people seem to have put season 1 and 2 on a pedestal. Like, okay, I can accept you thinking the later show is terrible, but treating the volume 1 and 2 like they're any better when they're not. The only thing they had better was fight scenes. And to be fucking frank, every fight scene this season has been pretty goddamn good. With the pinnacle so far being the fight scene between Neo and Cinder, which I'd say is firmly on par with the kind of stuff we'd get from Monty. And yeah, I enjoyed this episode a lot. It was an enjoyable watch. Made me emotional, but hasn't yet brought me to tears. Sort of, it takes another season for whatever is going to happen with Penny. Because, like, look, even for the people who don't think she's coming back, who think there's word of God saying she's dead for good, which there isn't. The only the first example of the prime example of word of God on Penny and Fira and Tortrick being dead was in a live stream that you can't watch anymore because RT are assholes. They took down the only copy of it on YouTube. And they never put up their own copy of it, so yay! That was nice of them. But even then, they made no mention of Penny in that stream, and they've never directly, because quite frankly, even if Penny is dead for good, are you seriously thinking they won't take the opportunity to use Penny's nature to twist that knife again deeper? And make sure it gets in there real deep. Because, that's exactly what RT will do. And, if it takes any longer, it might not even be enough to bring me to tears. Though, God, if it happened in Season 4, I probably would. Hell, even Season 5, it might have been enough to get me to crash the reaction. Like, you guys seriously underestimate how badly I reacted to Penny's death in P3, because, okay, Murder of Birds and a lot of others, they got weepy. I get cryy sometimes, but when Penny died, I didn't get weepy. I distinctly remember it because of how distinct the reaction was compared to the others. Basically, I turned the video off, I turned everything else off, and I slumped into bed and didn't move for a day. Or two. And then for the next week, I was not... That shit set my actual depression off hard. Like, oh boy. I just shut down emotionally for a quick bit there, and when I recovered, I was crying like a bitch constantly. Even shortly before Volume 5 aired, I was still occasionally crying this shit. I remember just stumbling across a bit of fan art of Penny, and then just beginning to cry. I'm like, why am I still crying over this? But yeah, but it's been so long that they'd have to really twist the knife good to get a similar level reaction out of me. But yeah, and with Farrah, well, I'll be honest with you, I've said it before, I'll say it again, I was never that torn up about Farrah's death. Mainly it's because, again, Penny was so recent, but, and how everybody was always focused on Farrah over Penny. But also because her death was kind of, obviously coming, and I was never attached to her character as, Penny. But even me, I still got emotional in that scene. Not enough to cry, but... certainly giving reactions to my eyeballs, even right now, as I still look at that freaking concept art with the statue. Ugh. Anyways. I really, really enjoyed watching this episode. It was a good one, and it's got me right back into the hype. I do wish they had stuck with the number of episodes they were originally going for instead of, say, 13, but... hopefully they can pull it off. But, right. Pretty signing out, and I will see you all next time, folks.